Hello, my name is Ben Contreras. I'm the VP of Member Relations for WGASC, and I will be having a conversation with Sarah Abdulal, which we will be calling What Now? Basically, how are we navigating through these tough times that we are in now? So I'm going to let Sarah introduce herself, and then we'll come back to some questions. Go ahead.
Hello, my name is Sarah, and I'm the director of Vista High School's Color Guard, Rancho Bernardo, and Mira Mesa. I also teach with Fox Artium, and I'm a member of the advisory committee.
So what would you say the most important thing going forward, and even at the beginning, was?
I definitely think communication has been the most important thing going through everything. Communication with your band directors, your staff, if you have techs and things like that, your parents, and your students.
What kind of things do you think are crucial when communicating with the band directors? Like, what information do you need from them or need to get to them?
I definitely think that your band directors are your point of communication when it comes to exactly how to navigate through all of this. So each district has different guidelines that you need to follow, that your band director should be getting that information on about how to teach virtually. Also, making sure that you're talking with your band directors about pay going forward, about how, recruitment, about how we're going to continue to teach. It's all very important to ensure that you can continue to have your job and keep your program running.
And then as far as staff, what have you been communicating with them?
So for my staff, I've been just very open and honest. I mean, right now, as you were just saying, some places we are paying right now. Maybe it's going to end when summer starts. Maybe they're only paying one staff member. So really making sure they know what's going on and what you need from them, and double checking with them what they need from you. I think that we all work as a team with these kinds of things, and moving forward, that was my support group before this happened, and moving forward, they're still my support group. But really just making sure that they understand what's going on, so they can make plans for their future and their finances and all that.
What have you been communicating with parents?
For the parents, it's been a lot of reassurance that the program is going to continue on. With my main booster parents, for example, my treasurer, the president, and things like that, our boards, definitely talking about how we can continue to have the program. What can we do to help financially? Where can we go moving forward? Right now, I actually just had a conversation about making sure we can still have some kind of banquet for the end of the year, despite the fact that we can't get together. So I think it's a lot of that stuff, making sure that they feel heard and their concerns are heard. But I think a lot of them just want to hear that the color guard's still existing and that we're going to provide that environment for their kids.
Yeah, and I think especially coming off of the Spirit Week that we just had with WGASC, I think it was really cool that happened, and there was something done for the students and some closure, a little bit of closure, not the normal closure we have, but it kind of did give it a little bit more of a finality to that season. So I think doing it on a local level with your students is good too, because you don't want to feel like it never ended and it was never a thing. It just kind of stopped. So
Exactly.
Even if it's something virtual or you're sending them all little care packages, something would be great to let them know that you're here for them. Back to the students, what have you been communicating with them?
So when this first all went down, I had a Zoom meeting with all of my members and from all my teams, and just took time to ask how all of them were doing. We sat there and let every single member talk and just update us on their lives and how they're feeling. In addition to that, giving them assignments, telling them how we're going to move forward, telling them, how we're going to continue to do color guard, and asking them to be flexible, because I've never taught like this before. So it's new. None of us have done this before. Yeah. It's very interesting. And then I make it a point after each class, pick one or two people and just say, hey, what did you do today? Or see if anybody has any good news, just to keep things positive. Because I think right now, especially being social distanced and not really being able to see everybody, mental illness is really a thing. And I think just checking on how they're doing and making sure they're okay and making sure they know that their color guard family is still there for them is really, really important.
Yeah, I think especially being the kind of activity we are, where we're around each other so much, and it's like a family, it's like a second family. It's always good to check on those people and let them know that we're here for them, even if they don't continue on, because it's a very stressful situation, I'm sure, for a lot of people. But that communication and that checking on them might be the thing that makes them want to keep going, because they go, oh, well,
Exactly.
these people were here for me during that. I'm sure, I don't know if their math class is doing that or any other class, but we are definitely, I know we're trying to check on them. So I'm sure that makes them feel a little bit more special about what it is we do. You said you did a Zoom meeting. Do you do Zoom with all of them, or is it different from school to school? Because I know some school districts have different policies on what you can and can't use.
Yeah, so Zoom has been my primary use, but recently one of the school districts that I work for has said that we can no longer use Zoom because a teacher got hacked during one of their classes. And so I definitely think check your district guidelines to see what you are allowed to do. Because we can't use Zoom with them anymore, we are using Google Meet, which is very, very similar to Zoom. The other things that we've been using for communication is Facebook Remind Text that we had already set up prior to this, the band websites that we have, and email, just all of those things we've always done, just we're definitely using it a lot more.
I use the Band app to communicate because it's really easy to just send information out. Use Facebook as much. It makes sense to know what policies your district allows, because you don't want to get in trouble. You definitely want to follow
Exactly.
their guidelines. What are you doing so far for training with them?
So what we've implemented is every week at the same time, same day, we've been doing dance classes, live dance classes, switching it up every week. We've actually been taking this opportunity to learn skills that maybe we wouldn't have gotten to do because, you know, we've been stuck learning the show, or now we have auditions. So we've been taking this opportunity to try different types of stretches and different types of dances. We keep switching off between, okay, this is going to be a technique day. Now the next dance class, we're going to actually learn a dance live. In addition to that, we've been doing stuff where the kids are choreographing and teaching us stuff. So each kid's picking 4 or 8 counts that they're going to teach, and we're combining it together for one song, which makes it a lot of fun. And then in addition to that, asking them to do some assignments on their own. So each week I give an assignment. I've been posting it every Sunday, so they have a full week to get it done. Those things include learning routines, choreographing routines, doing technique, and also some written stuff as well.
Are you doing other things other than just video assignments? Are you doing like any fun things with them?
One of the things that I started to do, I wanted to make basics fun. And I noticed on Instagram and all social media that everyone was doing these bingo cards. So I got with my staff and we made bingo cards for the schools, and we color coded them and put their, you know, their logo on it. And we made one for each piece of equipment. So there's a flag, rifle, saber, and then we also did a dance one. And basically their goal is to black out on the bingo. So I'm giving them 2 weeks for each card, and it's my way of getting them to do technique, where it's a little bit more exciting and entertaining versus them alone on a video just recording, hey, she told me to do drop spins today. It's easy to customize and make on any app, basically, and I really highly recommend it. And then in addition to that, we've been doing virtual scavenger hunts. So putting together little things like find a color guard who has a costume change in their show, find a color guard who maybe does this trick, and then they have to find YouTube links of those skills and of those things from the list, and then bring them to me via email or Google Classroom, whichever one you're using. And that's been a lot of fun. I've made different editions. I made a color edition where it was all about finding, you know, a costume that's in red or a flag that's in yellow. So I definitely think that's another way to engage them and make it a little bit more fun, especially because there are kids that their parents aren't letting them outside right now, even to just spin. So I've been trying to be very flexible and give them options. Hey, maybe you can't go outside and learn this routine, but you can do this. Also, writing, there's, you know, you can always find anything to make an essay about, and I definitely think you can do essays about color guard, just like the history of color guard. or analyzing a color guard routine, maybe have them pick a show on YouTube and, you know, give them a prompt, give them a list of things that they need to critique, and then have them write an essay about it. So stuff like that.
You said you were doing choreography. You did that with dance, but are you making them do other stuff like actual like equipment choreography or just?
Yeah, so what we've been doing is my techs and I, basically each of us have been picking a different level, because with our color guards, we do have, you know, freshmen who maybe can't do stuff that the seniors can do just to keep everybody engaged. So each week I put together different routines on different pieces of equipment. And what we've done in the videos is we do the full routine, then we teach it very slow, and then do the routine with counts, do it with music, and then posting it as an unlisted link on YouTube so that they only can see it, and then basically giving them time to learn it and then send it back. But the big thing I want to say is just be flexible with that, because, for example, at one of my schools, I do have 3 kids that their parents aren't allowing them to go outside. So for them, I'll say, hey, since you can't do this, learn this dance routine or do this written assignment, just to give people options. Some people don't live in a place where they can go outside and spin and have a ton of room. But everyone hopefully has, you know, some carpet or some hardwood flooring somewhere that they can dance. So I definitely think dance is going to be the way to go for a lot of this stuff when it comes to physical activity.
Well, and up until like last week, it'd been raining almost every day.
Right.
So they have
Just
to have
pouring.
stuff they can do inside. In the past, I've made my students do a 3D representation of 27 points, which is exercise to teach you spatial awareness. And they kind of make like a diagram or something to represent that. I think that's one of the cool things that you could do now. They have time. Is there some kind of final project that you have planned for them?
Yeah, so a lot of people have done this, I think, even before we went on lockdown and quarantine, making the students the designers. So having them come up with a show. You could do it for a field show or a winter guard show. Have them come up with a theme. What's the music? How many kids are in the program? What's their costumes? Have them reference different websites to find out the cost for those costumes. I think a lot of kids don't realize how much the budget plays into everything. This is a great opportunity to teach them that. So having them, you know, really come up with a concept, music, the whole thing that we do every year for them, have them come up with some stuff. And actually, I think you might be surprised to find out that they've got some pretty good ideas as well.
Right.
And yeah,
Just
I think it's really cool. Yeah, to see just things that they can do and where their creative minds are. So that's one of them. The other one that I usually do is have them choreograph some type of solo, some type of routine. So either one of those I think works. I'm probably gonna do both since we can't get together and do something final together.
Yeah, I really like the design idea, especially, I mean, kids think in a different way, and you might get inspired by what they're doing. And I can imagine being that kid that designed something and then the instructor took it, and now I'm in that show. There'd be so much buy-in from that student, and I'm sure they can get everyone else to buy in because it came from one of them. I think that's a really, really fun idea. I've had, you know, every like 2 to 3 years, there's a kid that wants to teach and goes on and actually does the teaching. I'm sure that assignment of creating a show, budget, all that stuff, that's like some great hands-on training for what you're eventually going to have to do. And how awesome to have your instructor go, okay, that's a good job, or maybe you should consider this. Like, you don't really get that in the real world, because when you're working out in the real world, like you're dealing with the real budget, you're dealing with really possibly failing at something in that show, and to do it on paper and create it and not have that pressure, that would be so awesome, I think.
Oh no, I definitely think a lot of them would be really into it and have fun with it. And it will teach them kind of our struggles sometimes as well. So I definitely think go for it and have fun with it. I think with all this stuff, the more interesting and like creative you can get with it, the more likely they're going to be into it and want to continue with color guard.
Right, because most color guard people are visual, are physical. Like, you have to keep them engaged. It's not a type of person that sits there and writes essays. Like, that's not our forte, unfortunately. No. So I think we have to keep them engaged. We have to dangle some kind of carrot and them go, oh, well, I'm going to do that. But these are just some suggestions. This isn't the end all be all. On Sunday, the 26th of April, we will be having a Zoom meeting, and we will be talking more on what people are doing for distance learning, and also more about virtual auditions and what people are doing for recruitment and stuff. So if you have time on Sunday, the 26th at 5 p.m., please log on and we'll be able to take questions. There will be some guest presenters that are already doing some of these things, and they'll explain their process to you guys. We would love to have you there. I hope this was educational to you. Thank you for watching, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.